All right, this is Early Bird Catches the Worm. This is Veterans Day and a weekend of combat around the world. Let me take this shot here. Um, from jolly old England is going to be Sonny Edwards, 18-0-4 versus Felix Avocado, 38-2 with 33 knockouts. This is firepower. Yeah, Latin firepower versus your English stylist. Um, Tough fight to call. Um, I have to. Thing is, the English guy don't got much firepower, but he is slick as hell. And he's fighting on home turf. It goes the distance. I think he can outpoint the Latin fireball. Both are good fighters, solid fighters. The Latin guys seem stronger, bigger, more powerful. But the Englishman is about as slick as you can get. Edward Sonny. I think Sonny will outpoint him. I think he'll have his moments where he'll be in big trouble. But he might even have to climb off the canvas. But overall, he will outslick the Latin guy. It's going to be a tough fight. Uh, The Latin guy seems a little bigger, stronger, powerful, very aggressive. He's a former champion himself. He's on a 20-year fight winning streak. Um, but I think it's the time with Sonny. And if he goes the distance and it's uh, close, home cooking, even though the home cooking in England is not good, I think we're going to see some blood pie. Yeah. No, BT blood pie. I don't know. Is that who that is, right? Anyway, then on the undercard of this particular fight in England, which happens Friday, by the way, um, you're gonna see. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Also I'm trying to think who's showing this. I think Effect, the Thriller people. I'm not sure, really. I'm not sure who's presenting this particular battle. Fuzzy, and you're gonna have to research yourself. Um, Jack Batan Perterson versus Shabazz Milzad. Jack is 17-0-4. Another Englishman who can't punch. Fighting Shabazz Milzad, a man of probably Middle Eastern extraction, who also is 10-0 and with 3 kills. Two guys who can't punch. One fight that is going to really go the distance. They're sort of mirror images of each other. Um, Tall, boxer types, um, stiff punches, but not devastating punches. The English are kind of a mystery because a lot of times um, they don't seem to have big knockout percentages. Then when they fight tough opposition, they do. So generally in Europe, the club fighters that they go on against are pretty durable and a lot of times into survival mode. And they actually fight tough opposition right from the get-go. Well, we in the States, sometimes we pad the records a little bit, if you know what I mean. And when I say pad, I mean with human bodies that can barely raise their fists. Yeah. Anyway, I say the English guy is going to outpoint well, they're both probably English at this point, but the white guy's going to outpoint the Arab guy. Um, because he looks a little stronger and he's more experienced. I think that's going to be the difference. A little more experience, a little seems stronger, um, a little more aggressive. I think. But this is just a Nostrovini. Uh, yes. Okay. Montana Love. What a name. Love versus Stevie Sparks. Montana is 8-0-1 with 9 kills. Spark is 15-2 with 14 kills. This is a very good fight. Um, I got love has been flawed in fights, so it's not invincible. He's never been stopped. Spock has been knocked out. Spock either gets you or you get him. He's a big puncher. I believe he is from Australia or England, somewhere in that Anglo-Saxon direction. Um, Love is an African American presentation of love, and I think it's going to be a loving. I think it's going to be a very good fight. Actually, it's going to be Spark is going to have his moments, and maybe even for love. But love will climb up the canvas, and that 9 KO, it's a pretty good knock percentage. He's a good boxer puncher. This is a homecoming, and it'll be Valentine's Day for love in this particular situation. But it will be a good fight. It'll be a good fight, and it'll be very exciting and very like who's going to win? Can Spark bring this off? Those English guys have a lot of personality too, so you know it'll be. Is he Australian? Australian English? How you play that? I don't know. The Emerald Isles, Australia, New Zealand. It's really a difference between New Zealand and Australia. Uh, I don't have enough Australian fans to send the hate mail from New England, New Zealand, and Australia. Uh, let's see. Richard Hutchison against Yomar Ahmed. Hutchison is 14 and with 6 KOs versus Yomar, who is 20 and 1 with 12 KOs. Now, both these guys are good fighters. Hutchison, very good boxer puncher. Not boxer puncher, I said boxer. Counter puncher. Not a great deal of firepower, but very busy, very fast. Throws a lot of punches. Slick as hell. And the thing is, Ilmar is a good boxer puncher, but he's a lot slower. He's not as slick, and he doesn't have with the 12 knockouts in his 20 fights, not quite enough firepower. You really need a good firepower to be a danger in terms of speed, in terms of talent, and in terms of busyness. Elmore is just not busy enough and doesn't have enough firepower. He'll be outpointed, and not it won't be a one-sided because Elmore animal. It won't be the animal for him. He'll just be just doesn't have the talent that the other guy has, and this boxing skills. He does have talent and boxing skills, but his style's wrong. He needs to be pressure. He needs more power, more busy, and he's not going to be quite that. So he's going to be outpointed clearly. But he'll have his moments. Jezebek, oh my God, this is the Espec, the Uzbek, the Jezebek, 12-0 with 8 KOs versus Denzel Bentley of England. I cannot pronounce this Mongolian person from the steppes of Uzbekistan or wherever he's from. Former Soviet Union, formerly the Mongol Empire. He is a powerful Asian guy, Eurasian, whatever you want to call it. Incredible. They got, some of the best fighters in the world are coming from there. Amateur program, rugged people. Bentley, very hard puncher, tough, but he's been stopped. He stopped people. He either gets you or you get him. It's going to be interesting. Uzbek, the Mongolians' chin is going to be tested. It's going to be probably about 3 or 4 rounds of war. But I think let's see if I could just get his first name. Jezebek. Jezebek will blast him out within 3 to 4 or 5 rounds. It'll be a great fight. Excellent fight. Excellent battle. While it lasts, it'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun. Oh yeah. Since I'm doing things with her first name. Super Bad Estrada against Jasmine Gala Villamar. Now, Estrada is probably pound for pound one of the best female fighters in the world. 22-0 with 9 KOs. That's a very high percentage. Very beautiful woman, beautiful technique too. She's gonna fight Jasmine, who doesn't have as much experience, but is a confident fighter, not that much firepower. Only one knockout in her 6-1 and 2, one KO. But she's got good form. She's aggressive. She'll be outclassed. Estrada is on a different level, much more experience, a lot more firepower, and that fight will end in. I think it's going to end by knockout. I think Estrada is going to try to really go for it, and late round knockout, I would say. The females are a little handicapped in terms of scoring KOs because they don't have that extra minute. And that's I say give them 3 minutes like the men. Then you have more knockouts. And also in terms of player safety, I think it will be actually better for the gals because they won't have to be so aggressive constantly and then get hit by accumulation of punches. So it'll balance out. It'll be better fighters overall. They'll just get more rounded. In my opinion, some people say, no, we want them more aggressive. Then they're not gonna. Then they're really gonna get the knock percentages, and they're really gonna get the skill level won't be the same. It's like the tough men when they have only 1 minute to fight. You're not gonna get the skill level. And the thing is, I believe you have to round it out. And also you get the knockouts because the knockouts, people like the drama of the knockouts. Anyway, this is my predictions for the weekend of starting today, the Veterans Weekend, the Warrior Weekend. There's another fight. I'm not sure if I can get there. I don't have it here. I forget the name of the fighters because I tried to look it up. It's on Sky Sports from England. This Canadian babe is fighting, I believe, one of an English gal in England by Sky Sports. You can look it up. The English girl has firepower. She's smaller. The Canadian was big, durable. She went the distance with shields, but not much firepower. So this will go the distance, I think. But I think the English gal will win on points. I might come back to report this one fight that I usually only report fights that I actually gonna see with my own eyes. I'm gonna try to see this somehow. I don't know how. I'm gonna look up on the net if I could see a streaming thing. If I can, I'll give you the name. I'll give you who's gonna fight. I already gave you who I think is gonna fight. I'll be more clear on you. Anyway, do I look wrong? My goodness me. Oh boy. Goodbye. Goodbye, everybody. Where am I?